way?
Watch for spiders.
They're coming!
You're mine now! Next one's mine!
I was worried for a second. Why, I believe that's star metal. We should take it to a blacksmith. Lead the way. Check the envoy.
That's one for us.
I knew the Steel Garrote were up to no good.
No one ever plans anything nice in a hidden war camp, do they?
This isn't over, you know. Emerald Stair was just the beginning. We should talk. What happened to Fior Messiverno could have been worse. A lot worse. But that doesn't mean the Living Lands is safe. If anything, it's more dangerous by far. The Steel Garrote are just a symptom. I keep asking myself, how could I have missed this? How could I not have known an attack was coming? We were all so occupied with the Dream Scourge, we missed the enemy on our doorstep. No matter where Animancers go, someone is always trying to kill us. Nothing enrages the gods more than mortals in pursuit of knowledge. Don't worry. I plan to hold the mortals accountable. As many of them as it takes. Listen to me. A failed Animancer lashing out at everything in reach. Even with all the tools at my disposal. I couldn't stop the Dream Scourge. And I couldn't save my people. How do I live up to my family's example when I can't even help myself? Don't take this the wrong way, but you weren't raised by Animancers. Their ambition destroyed our family. Now it falls to me to find meaning in my parents' sacrifice. And I don't know if I can. I have some pondering to do. Let me know if there's anything else. Sending my people to Thirdborn. It's a good arrangement. They get a roof over their heads, the city gets Animancers, and everyone gets along. For once. The free settlements have enough cultural and ideological differences that we don't always see eye to eye. But when it comes to survival, there is no disagreement. We're in this together. Look, I know you didn't come to this island to help us. And yet you were here when others would have looked away. Despite everything that happened, it means a lot. In that case, let's go out there and make a good first impression. If you need anything, you know where to find me. I'll tell you whatever I know. Ah, you want a story? Very well. Settle in. It all started about 50 years ago, in the great city of Spirento. A young nobleman by the name of Maxim Vidaro sought to inherit a distinguished government position. Unfortunately, yes. A distant cousin cheated Maxim out of the title. He was devastated, his political future uncertain. No one lifted a finger to help. Not the banks, not the merchants, or the politicians. So, Maxim did what Valians do best. Something like that. Maxim plotted his revenge. They say he prayed to Scan, the effigy, god of rebellion and defiance, to ask for a blessing. And Scan answered. Take their best and brightest, their heirs, their scholars, their futures, to the far side of the world, never to return. And Maxim did just that. He gathered a following and left the Valian republics, giving thanks to his dark god. We prefer to call it an intellectual haven of free thinkers, but it's true that most of us are Animancers. Spirento was full of Animancers, many of them in debt, and Maxim was a wealthy patron. They needed each other. So the Animancers followed Maxim all the way out here, including my parents, Quilici, and others around town. At the time, this place was an animancer's dream. No oversight, limited government, and soil rich with essence. 40 years later, Maxim vanished. They say the effigy came to collect his soul. Nonsense, of course. And now, thanks to you, Fior Mesiverno might very well stand for another 50 years. Putting down a steel garrote battalion is a little more than help. You saved lives. Thanks for listening. We should do this again.
I love a good ghost story. Just not the dreams I have afterwards.
Hadn't heard all that before. Probably a lesson or two in there.
One of these days you'll have to tell me an Aedyran ghost story. You learn a lot about people by what scares them. Let me think. Quilici has a girlfriend, as cute as a button, and as smart as an archmage. That isn't a secret, I'm just happy for him. Have you heard of the incident at Beldereno Pass? 20 settlers lost their lives in a winter storm. Ever since, people have heard ghostly cries from a nearby cave. Fascinating, isn't it? Tragic, of course, but fascinating. Sorry to disappoint you, but I haven't heard anything new of late. Being an outcast means being out of the loop. What do you want to know? Anyone in particular? I warn you, I'm not the best judge of first impressions. Just not too grounded. On the surface, Kai is all charm and confidence. You feel good knowing he's around. But there's something deeper. Something in his core that he guards from everyone. Maybe even himself. If there's another side to him, he'll show us when he's good and ready. No need to rush a natural process. Marius is working through something. An old wound that hasn't healed. A search for forgiveness? Who knows? He's a tough fellow, but I wouldn't put too much pressure on him. Good question. Mental and emotional pressure, specifically. Marius could hunt the great western stag if he set his mind to it, but his own feelings elude him. When he wants to find himself, give him room to do so, but don't push him. Just be there to catch him. We haven't been together long, but I think I have you figured out. In Paradise, you handed your killer to the steel garrote. Much like tossing meat to a pack of wolves. You saved Fior Mesiverno from a terrible fate. That makes you a hero in our eyes. Of course, all I know is what you've done. You may not think these choices reflect who you are. At the end of the day, you shouldn't care what anyone thinks. All that matters is how you see yourself. I've spilled all the gossip I know. Ask me again when there's a new face in camp. I suppose you deserve to know, after what I put you through. My mother wanted to expand Fior's agriculture. Feeding Emerald Stair wasn't ambitious enough. She wanted to feed the world. She thought she could break the wilderness, using animancy as the whip. Turn the living lands into a garden. That's putting it lightly. After my father put the finishing touches on the phantasmal focus, she was impatient to get started. After all, whoever controls the spirit of the living lands has nature in the palm of their hand. My father thought so too. Emerald Stair was just the beginning to her. My father thought she was brilliant. Others thought she was mad. I think she was a victim of her own ambition. She wanted so much, and there was so little time to achieve it. Theoretically, her plan should have worked. But the living lands had other ideas. When she used the phantasmal focus, theory collided with reality. Everything went wrong. To my knowledge, the accident was no everyday occurrence. But neither was the experiment. My mother transgressed on nature, on existence itself. Still, I don't understand what went wrong. When I do, then I can finish her work. I can't rule anything out, but I suspect the Dream Scourge had something to do with it. It lives in the essence of the living lands, corrupting whatever it touches. And if I'm right, that means it's been here a long time. Or the forces behind it. It's just a tool. Even a wool scarf is dangerous in the wrong hands. Besides, studying a pillar of Aedyr is not the same as prying apart the fabric of the living lands. My mother learned that the hard way. I was 17. That makes it... Gods, has it been 13 years already? After they died, I wouldn't go near a lab. It was ages before Kolichi got me to crack open a book. I have a lot of catching up to do in my studies. Need to make up for lost time. That's all I care to say for now. At least, about this topic. I thought my family's research could help Emerald's there. That it could banish the Dream Scourge from our lands. Of course, Vidaro wouldn't even give me a chance. He was afraid of history repeating itself. Still, I'm hopeful. This legacy of mine could change Animancy as we know it. And something tells me I'm close to a breakthrough. Closer than my mother ever got. Good question. The idea of finishing my parents' work gives me a warm feeling. But do I want it? I know I've got one lifetime, and I want to do something with it. I'm glad you think so. Not that I need your approval, but I like knowing that I have it. This is the one life where I am Giada Castel, Animancer extraordinaire. In the next life, I could be an idiotic tree. I have an obligation to use the time I have. No Animancer has engineered an ecosystem before. Maybe, with a little luck, I could be the first. That little island off of Dawnshore? None that I know of. Ignato Casto led the Valian trading company in the Deadfire archipelago. Among other things, he invested in the future of Animancy, and apparently he had interests here. He had some ideas about moving great distances in the blink of an eye. As far as I know, he was unsuccessful. Animancy and ambition are a dangerous mixture. Intoxicating, but dangerous. I hope not. I wouldn't want my family associated with speculation, corruption, and whatever else happened in the Deadfire. We have enough problems already. Afraid not. I've heard a lot of contradictory stories coming out of the Deadfire in recent years. Some say Castle is still in power, while others think his second-in-command took over the Valian trading company. You know how it is. Wherever there's conflict, there's bound to be misinformation. Unfortunately, that's all I know. Whether or not Castle succeeded, I don't think it's folly to dream. Well, my future is in shambles, and I have no idea what to do next. Oh, and my home is under attack by the acolytes of an insane witch god. Apart from that, fine. Truthfully, I'm a bit lost. Leaving Fiormes Iverno was supposed to be liberating. We've seen and done incredible things, but I'm no closer to finishing my family's work. Only the good ones. Through Animancy, I can harness the wild essence of the living lands and put it to good use. But what if I tried, only to have it lash out and destroy me? I'd be no better off than my parents. The Dream Scourge is infecting our Aedyr, holding back my work. Until I understand it, until I can control it, I can't do anything. I'm useless. I'm... nothing. Let's hope we live long enough to see this garden of yours. Quilici always told me to slow down, to stop and appreciate the land I'm trying so hard to fix. But how can I slow down when I only have one lifetime to get this right? I'll find answers in the garden, for better or worse. Now that you mention it, I did try and awaken my soul, to become fully aware of my past lives. Every animancer tries and fails. It's practically a rite of passage. So, one evening, I crept into the workshop and cobbled an invention together from spare parts. Amateur work. Then I turned it on. Big mistake. The next thing I knew, it was morning. I was floating in the fountain, and my head was pounding like a drum.
You don't need animancy for that. Just rum and a crew on shore leave.
That answers a lot of questions, honestly.
Sometimes I wonder, what if it actually worked? What if all of this happened before, and I'm just reliving the events of a past life? I try not to think about it too much. If I must. I hope Thirdborn is a good community for my people. I can't believe it. Shame we had to kill her. But at least now she can't hurt anyone else. The damage is contained, more or less. I'm glad you think so. Still, it's a shame. Dorso gave up on the dream of Fior Messiverno. Blamed animancers for the problems we tried to solve. And I hate to see anyone lose hope. That's all for now. Let me know if there's anything else. Until next time.
You know, people don't think steam thistle has any medicinal properties.
Oh?
But if you grind it up and add some clean water, it's decent at protecting your skin from the sun.
Between the two of us, thank you for helping Yatsli reach that vase. Maybe it seems like nothing to you, but to her it's everything. When you consider how many Orlans and dwarves there are, it's outrageous that we build so high off the ground. I'm sure she appreciates the help, though she has a funny way of showing it. Don't let her size fool you. On the inside, Yatsli stands as tall as a mountain. One of these days she's going to change the world, shake things up, and I'll be at her side, grinning like a fool. Anyway, thanks again. Not before I've done some reading. When you were in the Navy, did you ever...
Envoy, it's clear that no matter what happened, these people couldn't stay in Fior. Just not sure you did the right thing. These people won't survive long in a place like Thirdborn. Thirdborn is a rough town. They literally do their business inside the skeleton of a Leviathan. If you thought Paradise's docks were rough, just wait. Plus, they have a nogfish curry that will peel your tongue. Right, changing the subject. Right. Go ahead. I'll tell you whatever you want to know. Giada's a mystery to me. Animancers give me the vricus, and for good reason. Most of them would just as soon turn your soul into jewelry as look at you. Giada seems different. She's smart, thoughtful, and she's got a spine, too. You can tell when someone needs extra help out here, and she doesn't. So, yeah, I don't understand her, but I guess I don't have to, really. If I must.
Kai.
Envoy? Gods, I can't believe what's happening around here. Fior was attacked when we weren't looking. It's a miracle it's still there. Right. I guess we did. Wish we could have done more. At least that's one more town the Steel Garrote failed to burn to the ground. That's... something. Right. Changing the subject. Pleasant dreams.
I still can't believe it. Dorso was betraying her brothers-in-arms, all in the name of saving Emerald Stair. At least she got what was coming to her. Well, yeah. But there are some lines you don't cross. Turning on your own people is one of them. You'd think that'd be an easy position to hold. But I've seen better soldiers than Dorso cross lines you can't come back from. I saw this in Rauatai's campaign in the Deadfire. You start out with purpose. You're fighting alongside your brothers and sisters, battling pirates and slavers, bringing civilization to a lawless, divided land. But then, you're breaking up villages, turning tribes against their rivals. It gets messy, fast. I'm less worried about who has a claim to the living lands than what Aedyr might ask of you. Same as Rauatai asked of us. Empires are hungry, Envoy, and they devour their own too. Don't let your allegiances turn you into something you can't live with. If you get up in the night, don't wander too far.
The harvest will bring more business to Emerald Stair. What?
On something? Never saw you coming.
Here we go!
Watch your right!
Another win. But who's counting?
These farms used to be so full of life.
Enemy to the right!
That'll show 'em.
You don't think the Claviger died alone in the strangleroom? Why? Don't you? Let's finish this. Another soul for the wheel. We've got company!
Oh, no, you don't!
That looks like a piece of the thing you were fiddling with. I can.
Next one's mine. This one's mine.
Protect the envoy.
They're coming for the queen. Take her out. That armor won't hold up.
Gather round.
Everyone okay?
The high ground is peaceful. Anything we build lower is subject to the whims of nature.
Who's next? Anyone?
I'm not afraid of heights, but I am afraid of death, and therefore heights.
Quit moving around. What's up? Gods. I could go for some sako right about now.
At least the beacons are lit. I always knew this could happen, but never in my time. I'm going to miss this place.
We have been here before. The distant winds breathe soft across your skin too? Cold fog pools in a valley, dripping down from the hips of the mountains. The haze obscures a murder. Now, our memory is a wound, reopened. It didn't have to die. Twin stars fall through night and collide beside the sea. Nekad and Enhekala, the arc of one bright light obliterates the other. You are Enhekala, a Tabaru Sinakis. You speak for the garden, and for us, the gardener. You have not seen the god for 10 years on the day you come to blows. Which memory of him is true? Your relationship was often complicated. But who was Nikad to us in Hekala? Help us to remember. Nikad, your stalwart protector. Before the elders came to take you from each other, he defended you against the world. He would hurt anyone for you. Even the Tabaru Sinakis, who was to be your mentor. Nikad nearly beat him into the dust. Did you feel safe with him? You learned loyalty from him. He taught us, too. What did Nikad learn from us? You should both have been afraid. There was a disaster. In a temper, we did something terrible. Many of our people died. It was why you built it. Naku Tedek. But in Hekala, what did we do? The rock slide took a village with it. We recall a shard of memory. We were battered, weightless. The earth gave way beneath our feet. We were left to fall alone. There was no time to scream. We looked with horror upon what we had done. How could you bear to speak to us? We twisted beneath the brand of your forgiveness. It burned us to know you never expected better. After the crisis passed, the people wailed in agony. Did the dead forever wander the nothing of the in-between? You proposed an easy road for their souls to travel on. Naku Tedek, where you returned the dying to the Aedyr and their bodies to the soil. Hurt, compassion, healing. We should like that to be our way. Yet Nikad, your brother, opposed Naku Tedek's construction with his every breath and word. How could he despise your mission? We do not remember why. Preserving the old ways was the hinge Nikad's life turned upon. Without his purpose, he would have been lost for how to live. Your brother Nikad was a story keeper, and our people's stories say that your souls are wild things. Your souls leave your bodies and run free across the land to enter death and return to life in their own time. So it has been. And so Nikad believed it should always be. Why did you betray him? Obligation. Debts owed to the other. Loyalty. This is what preoccupied you. We remember now. When he finally saw Naku Tedek and understood what you had built, what did Nikad do? He cornered you in an alley. He shoved you into a wall. He begged to know why you stole true reincarnation from the people. His tears shone. He did not wait for you to answer. He pulled a knife from his belt. The torchlight flickered on the steel. he held it to your throat. What did you do, Enhecola, when your brother threatened your life? We remember. Steel on steel. A spurt of blood. A sound of pain. You stood over him and wept. He was right. You betrayed your people. One more thing, Enhecola. What did you feel as he died? You planted a tree near Naku Tedek to remember him by. As it grew, we learned that we should not pass judgment, but observe. We twine together. We reach for the sky. We grow. We grow. We grow.
I think that's Maxim Vidaro. The governor.
That looks like a piece of the thing you were fiddling with at camp.
wager those artifacts you found fit together somehow. Let's have a closer look at camp. Careful with that thing.
I don't know what this thing is, but it's giving off power like you wouldn't believe.
Marius? I've been wondering about something.
What have you found?
They call themselves the Aedyr. They worship this strange child.
Boudica will be displeased to hear it.
Boudica is never pleased.
I presume Boudica will entreat me to cull these followers.
The simplest solution.
I will not. The wheel turns. I merely guide.
You fear you cannot.
Their souls drift on without the touch of my hand. I have no reach there. I must know why.
I agree. Though I will say this. The Queen may have her motives. Sometimes standing idly by is greater subterfuge than action.
I hope this does not force all our hands.
There. Adds a little culture to the camp, doesn't it?
You were with the envoy when they died. Did you notice anything strange?
Strange how? Besides the part where she came back, I mean.
Good. Wait, is that star metal? Abaddon's arse, this stuff is rare. I'd love to make something with it, but I'd be afraid of ruining it. I can't think of anybody else in Paradise who could either. Who knows? Maybe there's a blacksmith in another city who can help. Well, if I were a betting girl, I'd wager one of the smiths in Solace Keep could work with it. Good luck getting inside, though. Or surviving the journey there.
is obviously the superior vessel, you son. Really, Minnie. We'll see how long you're down in there, Godlike.
Chance. We've got company.
In Rauatai, you don't abandon good supplies. I wonder what happened here.
That's done? Who's hungry?
I get the feeling sometimes that this island has it in for all of us. That looks valuable. Want to do the honors and open it?
Nothing like a win with a good team.
A moment of your time, if you please. From one Aedyran to another. I go where the Inquisitor commands, just as you go where the Emperor commands. You interfered in our plans. Take it from me, Inquisitor Ludwig isn't at all pleased. Perhaps, but your goals are aligned. That's all that matters.
We have nothing in common with the likes of her or you.
Hear me out. That's all I ask. Believe it or not, the Steel Garrote owe you an apology on behalf of Inquisitor Ludwig.
Bring us her severed head and I'll consider it.
That temperament of yours is exactly the problem she's trying to solve. Our soldiers were poised to attack Fior Messiverno. If you had been made aware, you would not have interfered. You might not want to admit it, but Fior Messiverno is a settlement in decline. Weak government, chaotic farming, dangerous research. What exactly do you think you saved?
My home, which you have no right to condemn.
You've done nothing but condemn it. Shouting matches with the governor, open defiance.
I fight for my home because I cherish it, you shit-eating worm. Because I want us to survive.
Then I hope you enjoy the consequences of your actions. Fior Messiverno's reliance on animancy and stubborn individualism has done nothing but drag the living lands down with them. Any good farmer knows when to put down an injured animal. Look, I'm only telling you this because you deserve to know Ludwig's intentions for the living lands. If Heelgard cannot maintain a grip on the living lands, then the Steel Garrote will simply take it from him. You see, the Steel Garrote answer to the burned queen, not your floundering empire. And we will break from Aedyr if that's what it takes. And while he frets in the throne room, his puppy dog soldiers will chase their own tails. Inquisitor Ludwig sees something in you, envoy. She wants to cultivate your potential, as she did mine. You don't want to get between her and the fate of the living land, so let this serve as a warning. Our grasp on this island is going to tighten, even if it costs us allies along the way. Acceptable losses. What you do with this information is up to you, but don't get in our way a second time. It won't end well. Feel free to prove us wrong. The Steel Garrote love a challenge. Before I let you go, a little bird sang in my ear that you're going to Shatterscarp.
You don't have to answer that.
Of course, that would have been impossible with these meddlesome rangers in the way.
You didn't.
I took the liberty of removing them. It's a shame, really. Honorable folk to the last. Inquisitor Ludwig is always watching. When you arrive in Shatterscarp, give this letter to Temerity. Compliments of the Inquisitor. No need to keep you any longer. Let's hope our next meeting is under more favorable circumstances. Nor should you, if you insist on interfering with our work. Be seeing you, Envoy. Sooner or later.
You've seen what happens when the Steel Garrote mess with Emerald Stair. I suggest you remember it.
Trust me, we will. Good luck with her, Envoy. You're going to need it.
I didn't think it was possible to hate someone this much.
I'm sleeping with one eye open tonight.
You came to Emerald Stair looking for answers, and now we're leaving with more questions. How do we fight the Dream Scourge? What can we do about Sapadal? And where is the garden? Not to mention why the Steel Garrote attacked my fucking home. Who cares what she believes? What right have the dead to judge the living? We were lucky this time. My people will be on high alert, but that doesn't mean we're safe. The Steel Garrote are hunting anyone who doesn't conform to their vision of the living lands. Our freedom is on the line.
So on top of the Dream Scourge rotting your fields and turning kith and beast alike into monsters, now we've got a Death Guard Inquisitor and the Steel Garrote dogging our steps. Do you think Ludwig will try something similar in Thirdborn? Thirdborn's a rugged place that attracts rugged people. Lots of Rawatayans, scramble routes with no prospects back home, washouts from military or mercenary life, sailors in search of steady ground. Add to that a motley assortment of pirates, free spirits, and people who like living under the loosest grasp of the law, and you've got Thirdborn. But rumor has it something's amiss in Shatterscarp. Strange dreams, disappearances, people wandering into the desert and never returning, or coming back changed. Their bodies and minds twisted, corrupted. Some confused and disoriented like Belena, others violent like Aedyr.
At least that tells us we're on the right track. This Dream Scourge is one of the weirdest things I've ever tried to hunt. Easier said than done, especially when we're not entirely sure what we're looking for.
Everything we learned in Nakutadek points us to the garden. Thirdborn is just a stepping stone. But we don't know anything about the garden. It could be a myth or a metaphor. Whatever the garden is or isn't, it's our only lead. We find the garden, we find the Dream Scourge. Yardsley is a master of the unknown and the unknowable. No mystery eludes her for long. If there is a path to the garden, Yatsli can lead us to it. I'd follow her anywhere.
Or maybe that god poking around your soul could give us directions.
Ask for directions. Why didn't I think of that? Kai, that's brilliant. Whatever Sapadal tells us will be filtered through a lot of metaphysical noise, but it couldn't hurt to try. This is so exciting. Sapadal? It's Giada. Giada Castel. If you're listening, could you please tell us more about the garden?
Castel. Castel. Why does this name sing to us? A voice through murky water. The garden stifles the notes. We cannot reach. The branches bind.
Did you get anything? What? No. They must have confused me with someone else. Clearly your link to Sapadal isn't as strong as it was in Naku Tadek, but I'll take it over nothing.
I'll pass. I've heard too many ghost stories that start this way.
Right. If I wanted to waste time, that's what I carry a flute for.
Just me then? Really? No one else has a question for the god of the living lands? Fascinating.
So let me see if I got this straight. We're looking for the garden, which might not exist. Our best lead is Yatsli, an eccentric scholar who's gone ahead to Thirdborn, where the Dream Scourge may be ravaging.
Don't look at me. I was fine going back to Paradise. Stop. You're aggravating my ulcer.
Listen, I hate to ask this, but while we're in Shatterscarp, there's something I need to do. Something I owe Tama. There's an old battlefield near some Pogrunan ruins. Area called the Shark's Teeth. Tama lost his badge there. I need to get it. Thanks.
Takes courage to go back for something you lost. I wouldn't have it in me.
Get some rest. Sleep is good for the soul. I wanted to say, for all of its imperfections, Fiorme Siverno deserves a second chance. Thanks to you, it has one. I won't forget it. No need to question it anymore. They've made their intentions clear. Just to be safe, we should remain vigilant. Sleep in shifts. Look after each other. Rest while you can. Our enemies are organized, but so are we.
Sleep well. We've got a long road ahead.
And that is why Adra and Copper are the only reliable conductors of soul essence.
We smell death here.
Listen to me, look here. Can you focus on my voice? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm just dizzy.
That last fight gouged a hole through our ranks. How many did you lose?
Too many. Not even counting those we down because they turned into dreams.
What have we gotten ourselves into?
I had to put down 3 good men. Telling them now.
Don't talk to me like you're the only one who understands Hamish. I'm going to be facing down a mutiny soon.
You think we want to be here?
Another Aedyran, Kutabao.
Hold on. This isn't one of mine. Or Ludwig's. You must be the envoy Hilgard told me about.
Well, you picked a damn fine time to show up.
Dream Thralls ambushed us an hour ago. We're still counting the dead.
Our dead, to be precise.
We lost soldiers too, protecting your people.
Yes, how heroic. Protecting Kith from Aedyran Dream Thralls.
No, but most are. Our troops haven't been spared, and more are falling ill.
In all their military might, your Aedyran comrades decided to go wandering through the desert, despite my advice. And now we're all paying for their idiocy, Thirdborners and Aedyrans alike.
We've since pulled back to Eagle's Reach until more reinforcements arrive to contain the Dream Thralls. Whatever your intentions here, Envoy, it's not worth it. Better to go back to Paradise where it's safe.
I doubt you're particularly needed in Thirdborn, of all places.
Gods, a letter from Inquisitor Ludwig. That can't be good.
Kutabao. If that bitch thinks she can threaten our leader, she'll be sorely mistaken. So you say, and yet here you are, the Aedyran envoy carrying a steel garrote letter.
So close others may mistake you as their ally.
Look, envoy, Kith aren't too keen on Aedyrans at the moment. Rumor of what happened in Fjord is already starting to spread. Just watch your back, all right?
Good luck, Envoy. Gods protect you.
They're not fighting over territory, they're fighting over who has suffered the most. We live in unusual times.
Yeah, at least the shack stopped smouldering, or any of our people settled it by their own will. I don't know.
Fools.
Well, we warned them not to settle in the goddamn desert. Sure, the captain says a broken land killed them. It was just an accident.
Move along, Envoy.
You have enough supplies, but not enough kith. Thirdborners have been on it. Ah, welcome to the shit, Envoy. Sorry for the mess, but it can't be helped. Not when a fucking horde of dream thralls screams up the path. At least they're not coming out of the fucking rock like they did in the mines. Oh, dream thrall spiders.
Nothing is spared this plague. Neither the land, nor the creatures who inhabit it.
Aye, a living nightmare. They swarmed just like that. These dream-scourged people don't eat their kill. What kind of feet have you got? We're talking about a whole mine filled with them. Follow the path down. You'll see the elevator. It's broken now, but the mines are just on the cliff above.
I used to hear stories about cave-ins up there. Watch your step.
If you hit the Leviathan's skull when you're up there, you've gone too far. You'll know it when you see it. The powers that be decided we'd help Thirdborn reopen an old, abandoned sulfur mine. Help arm Thirdborn against the Dream Scourge, you see. Make friends. But it's not my place to talk about any of it. If it please you, sounds like they need all the help they can get.
Normally, spiders are beneficial to an ecosystem. But there's nothing normal about this.
You there! Please! Help us! We need help! Darren! Please! We need help!
Our parents,
We were out finding food, but when we came back, they changed.
They attacked us, tried to rip us apart.
Did you say your parents changed? Oh no.
We locked them inside the house, but we don't know what to do.
You tell them Kai sent you. That should still carry some weight.
They're going to kill them!
Shh. It'll be okay, Tamamu. They're in our home by the cliff face.
No, no. Mother. Father.
Please. Try to make it fast. And let us know when it's over. We'll need to do the last rites.
Let us know when it's over. Gods, what a thing to say about one's family.
Eye sharp. Dream thralls ahead.
Stinging wasps! Hurry in the brush!
Another soul for the wheel.
Stragglers from Eagle's Reach. They weren't ready for this.
Bravo!
Hard to believe it's been 6 years since I saw this place.
Between the Aedyran army and a desert of dream thralls. How long till they fix this godforsaken platform? Get them to fix the damned lift, won't you?
I see you! Swarm! Devour!
I hate to see what the Dream Scourge does to nature, much less people.
Can't imagine having to kill one of your own, even after they've turned.
You've got better aim than a sharpshooter, Giada.
Quiet as a soul.
Show me what you got! In the eyes!
New leaves in the oasis. Why did you cut them down?
Wasps! Treacherous weed!
It feels wrong killing them. What choice do we...
We have got to put a stop to this thing, Envoy.
Gotta find you better armor. Here we go!
They're coming! Had a chance.
Did you see the 100 visions too? Were you also called by he who sees and isn't seen? I am speaking of Wal, the Obscured, god of illusions and revelations, futures and falsehoods. They often talk in riddles, and those of us who are faithful to them spend a lot of time interpreting them. Does your god ever toy with you? Mine taunts their chosen with nonsense. A shrine, one of a great many. Each god has several of their own. I had a dream a few weeks ago of Wal. Some say you can hear the gods whispering in these totems. I've tried. It hasn't worked. It's a wonder any of us are still sane, really, between our gods and this plague. And I'd be happy to give it to you, as long as you humor my request. Ah, that's perfect. Here comes my request. Tell me if you feel like you're in control still. That's all I want. Tell me if you possess autonomy and choice. You're asking me, a devotee of WoW? We'd be here all day. Normally I wouldn't mind passing time, trading nonsense, but I've things to do here. So, take this and go. You'll be fine. Just try not to think too much of your place in the world.
What have you got there? Some sort of puzzle piece? Much nicer than I expected. A more than suitable home for a shrine.
Bet that was part of something once.
We're going in, aren't we? What am I saying? Of course we are.
Oh, no, you don't!
Devour!
Good shooting, Kai.
Those dream thralls are at Thirdborn's gates. Come on.
The city is under attack. Let's not waste a moment.
You're mine now! Next one's mine!
For the wheel.
Remain vigilant.
Timing!
Tyson! To the leaves!
They won't get past me!
Thralls.
Another glorious battle.
Let's finish this.
Dream with us.
The dream thralls almost got through.
But they didn't.
You're just going to pretend like nothing happened?
Yes, because of the
Hold it right there, Aedyr. What are your intentions in town? Been sick? Strange dreams lately?
Relax, Daran. The only strange dreams we've had involve your mother.
Shit. Kai? What are you doing here? Temerty's gonna have a fit.
I, left without saying my goodbyes.
Kai shouldn't be here. None of you should be here. Huh. You're with the Aedyrans now?
I'm with the envoy, and we're against the Dream Scourge.
And you should respect our authority to protect Thirdborn from unknown dangers like you.
Come on, Daran. They slew those dream thralls for us. I doubt she could have done that if she was sick. I, for one, thank you. We couldn't take him on our own.
Are you smoking Sveth? The Aedyrans tried raising Fior. We'll be next. Not much of a difference, if you ask me.
Daran, can you get on with it?
Fine. All right. I can't keep you out if you're not sick anyway. We just have to take precautions. Everyone in Thirdborn has lost someone. Pass on through, but report any symptoms you see to the Tiranui. They're responsible for keeping law and order around here.
Law and order. This place has gone downhill.
We better get to clearing out these corpses. We'll need help. There's too many to haul off between the two of us.
The attack seems to be over. Everyone okay?
Love. That was... I think I saw my uncle out there.
If you need material for bandages, I have some. I'll even give you a good price. Wish I could give it out for free, but I still have to eat. Everything is going up in price. It's getting harder and harder to survive here. This plague needs to end soon. I don't know what we'll do if it doesn't. Anyway, did you need any linens? Silk? Who needs fabric?
I can promise both of you.
Be nice if we had guns like...
Let me know if you need something. Best weapons this side of Abaddon's Forge. I'll be damned. Never thought I'd see star metal in my lifetime. Short answer, no. Long answer, still no. But the Forge Master in Solace Keep is probably your best bet if you're looking for someone who does.
Come on, where's your sense of adventure? No one can swing a hammer like you.
If you knew how rare this stuff is, you wouldn't ask me to risk it. Ismalt's meteoric apparatus. She's a beauty, isn't she? A traveler sold it to me ages ago. Poor bastard went up against something big out in the Highlands, limped back to town, and died a few days later. Needed the money to ship his body home. I hated to take it from him. Still, Aedyr inlay, brass filigree, whew. She could use a strong hand. You interested? If the stories I hear are anything to go by, like a kick in the teeth.
needs fabric? We still have stock.
Godlike, could you spare a moment? Godlike! Winds above! You're really here! I knew I had to find you as soon as I heard you were in Thirdborn.
Chico? When did you get so tall? I almost didn't recognize you.
Kai! You're here too? Now I know Thirdborn is in good hands. We've got to do something about the Dream Scourge. It's worse every day. One of our neighbors wasn't himself, and we can't afford to lose anyone. We need people who will fight back. People like Kai, and my uncle Capo.
Me? You don't know what you're saying. Believe me. But Capo, he's the real deal. That old salt's a monster slayer.
That Leviathan hanging over the market? That was his work. Exactly! Uncle Capo's the greatest warrior Thirdborn's ever seen. But, well, Thirdborn hasn't seen the Capo I know in a long time. I've tried everything to convince him to get out of the house. He may be old now, but we can still use his experience. If Thirdborn could see him up on those walls, they'd all follow him. I hate to impose, but would you pay him a visit? He lives on the northeast side of town. He's tired of hearing from me. Maybe one hero to another, you know?
If you need skates, we got things for you to kill. Ah, hello, stranger. Welcome to Thirdborn. How can the Tiranui help? We just keep the peace in and around town.
You used to break up tavern brawls and heated quarrels. Now you're, what, supervising everyone who's guarding the walls?
We're just a bit overwhelmed right now. Apparently, some here think I'm not doing enough. I'd like to see them try. Okay, well, don't do it again unless you got something to show me. Enjoy skeleton hunting, friend. Let me know when you've taken care of the Zara. I've heard of throwing rocks at people, but not the other way around. It'll be good to have just a little less crime around here. Put him out of his misery, will you?
You there, the one with the face. Perhaps I could entice you with riches in return for a simple favor? Hello, friend. Has anyone mentioned you look especially fungal today? Really, it's radiant. I've got a bit of a personal matter, and I'd appreciate some help. Ah, a kind and helpful soul comes to my aid. Long story short, my friend, I ordered some goods, something I'd rather stay private. Embarrassing, you know. So, I'm quite desperate for a friendly and discreet courier. Oh, you know, I'm just an intensely private person. My supplier has sequestered himself somewhere with my package. To find him, I'd have to follow the path. They communicate through graffiti, if you can believe it. I've not been able to find any of it, though. Maybe you'll have better luck. What? No! That's crazy! You're so crazy. We certainly don't need to tell Hajime about our crazy ideas either. Ah, good. Thank you. Well, looks like you best be off. Be sure to get there and back quick as you can. I'll be here waiting. Don't forget your friend Daiko and his completely legal package that...
You hungry? It's getting harder and harder to pretend everything's all right. I've got the freshest fish guarantee. Fish, get your fish.
Don't forget your friend Daiko and his...
Oh, maybe I should hire a bar. Welcome to the Dead Swordfish. I wondered when I'd see you around here. What can I do for you? Are you kidding? After what you did at the gates? Anybody who's anybody comes through my tavern. Just a matter of when. Now, did you want something, or are you just here to see me? That's an understatement. You want to hawk wares, you come to Thirdborn. Legitimate, or, well, you know. Nothing like Paradise, of course. But people here are a little more forgiving than the Aedyrans. Oh, no offense. You're not shy about your opinions, are you? You're practically local. Actually, I've been waiting for a few barrels of meat to come through. My supplier, Falkeen, has been sitting on it. Some Aedyran oomph should change his mind. I'd be happy to reward you if you don't mind talking to him. Now, did you want something, or are you just here to see me? Day. Another drunkard.
My dear envoy, just the sight of you recalls fond memories of more civilized days. Noble in mission and spirit both. Truly the Emperor chose his envoy well. I envy you to have met him. I fear he never made it down to the port. Not while I was there.
If he loves the Empire so much, perhaps he should go live there.
How I miss the sight of your strapping tall-grass pikemen on parade. I'm afraid I don't make it down the coast much anymore. Not since the loss of my men. My wandering. Forgive me, envoy. This land takes its toll on my mind and spirit both. I am Nagunu, beleaguered captain of an incorrigibly roustabout crew. Dear Taue, Koa, Ranga. They saw Aedyr with me, you know, then abandoned me here. Oh, I miss them terribly.
Maybe the barkeep should cut him off.
I am drunk on memory only, and perhaps some regret. I only wish I could invite my crew to my table, to share one last drink and part as friends. Is that so? You see, I'd thought, I'd hoped. Would you venture out beyond the walls to look for them? I knew the moment I saw you, you were a paragon of your people. If anyone could convince Taue, Koa, and Ranga to share one last drink with me, it's you. Just to the northeast, living by an oasis in the Sand Sea. No fence, no walls, no roof, exposed to the world. But that's our Taue. Nothing ever troubled him that the stars couldn't fix. Deathly serious, Koa was, about every little thing. Fled to the shark's teeth with a few others when the plague came. He always had a fragile soul. She's a scholar of munitions, happier in the hold with gunpowder than out beneath the sky. I expect she's still holed up in the mine outside of town, polishing her arms. Of course, you have been more than generous with your time as it is. Oathbinder guide you in the Emperor's work, envoy, and in all your labors to come.
Going out to the Highlands, watch your back. They're dangerous.
So, that's how the Mad Archmage tamed.
Do you feel that? Reminds me of a storm gathered.
I don't know.
It's like a glove.
Could you possibly chew any? Any louder? Only if you say please.
him, dude. This place was bad enough before the Dream Scourge. Now it's downright hazardous. I remember what it was like to be blindly optimistic. I envy you. This used to be a fertile land, with lakes, forests, all of that. Then everything suddenly changed several hundred years ago. Now it's blasted deserts and dried up seas. Anything that lives here is simply stubborn enough not to die.
That's the most apt description of Thirdborn I've ever heard.
Maybe you will, but what about poor Kai? Huh? What about him? Just keep your head and you'll be fine. Let me look out for the others. What do you need? Not before I've done some reading.
The Dream Scourge is getting worse. First our land, then our animals. Now our people. If we don't put a stop to it, we're looking at the end of the living lands. I keep trying, and the world keeps punishing me for it. As if the Dream Scourge wasn't enough of a problem, the Aedyrians are profiting off our misfortune. They haven't come to help us. They're here to exploit our weakness. Let's hope it never comes to that. But when it does, I'll be at your side. It's too bad. We're fighting for our lives, our souls, and our freedom. I don't know if we can win all three. You really think so? My apologies for acting cynical, but it feels as if nature, politics, and even the very gods are working against us. I don't appreciate being backed into a corner, but here I am. If I must. I don't leave Emerald Stair often enough. With everything going on, there's been no time to explore. Finally, I had a moment to myself, and look what happened. The Steel Garrote invaded the living lands. Sorry. I'm in a mood, if you couldn't tell. Only if you can stand the ramblings of a depressed bookworm. I used to think I had it all figured out. But the living lands proved me wrong in so many ways. This entire island is the prison of a mad god. How is one Animancer supposed to compete with that? All we're missing is the juggling act. Maybe I'm being melodramatic, or maybe I'm not used to seeing things clearly. But what if animancy has no future in the living lands? What if my entire career was a mistake? Beginnings are supposed to be good. So why do I feel like shit all the time? You're a good listener as always, but I've taken enough of your time. I'll be fine, really. I'm not the first Animancer to question her life choices, and I won't be the last. You too.